Welcome to the Day Clean Devotion Queen podcast. Each week, our podcast episodes breathe life into selected themes from the DDQ Meditation Journal. Hosted by our founder, Najma Thomas, we engage in heartfelt discussions with a diverse roster of inspirational Queen sisters. We explore their unique perspectives, uncover the wisdoms shaped by their journeys, and celebrate the trials and victories along the way. Together, we are creating a womanifestation space where conversation meets examination and sparks transformation. Hey, Queen Sis, and all of our other listeners. Welcome back to the Day Clean Devotion Queen podcast. Najma coming to you here with the second part of the DDQ favorite things list. So I think week before last, I shared some of my favorite products and services, and I mentioned that in my next solo episode, I was going to talk about some community profit organizations, charities, and similar groups doing great work. And there are a lot of just wonderful organizations, but I just want to highlight a few of them, especially with Giving Tuesday coming up. And for those of you who aren't familiar with Giving Tuesday, it's the Tuesday after the Thanksgiving holiday. And for the last several years, really, it's been a national focus to try to get people to focus on sharing with charitable organizations, kind of similar to the quote unquote Black Friday after Thanksgiving. Hopefully we are making our Black Friday very intentional if we're doing it at all this year, but I really want to encourage Giving Tuesday for some organizations. I'm going to talk about some groups that are doing work to empower young women, to preserve the Gullah Geechee story, to protect the land and farmers, and really just reimagine a future that's more sustainable and abundant for folks and in our communities. So first up, I want to talk about 3 organizations that are uplifting women and girls. Now, those of you who have been really paying attention this year, you'll be familiar with Empower Her to Be, because we featured the wonderful leader of this organization, Gail. She shared with us, I think earlier this season. I'm actually going to put a link to that podcast episode so you can take a few minutes and review that if you want to. But Empower Her to Be is just doing some fantastic work here in the South Carolina Low Country, St. Helena, Beaufort to be exact, and nurturing the next generation of young queens. Mentorship, leadership training, safe spaces for growth, wonderful events. They do brunches and cultural events, hands-on. I've hosted them at my campus for Black History Month. They've done college tours. It's just a wonderful group to help girls and young women step boldly into who they are called to be. And I just want to amplify the vision for Empower Her to Be, and encourage you to share your resources with them during this season of giving. Another organization uplifting women in a different way, Pharmacists. Again, you'll be familiar if you've been tuned in this year when we had Benita as one of our featured guests. Pharmacists is a powerful community for Black women in the farming space. They offer camaraderie, career development in agriculture, mentorship, sisterhood for women navigating fields where we still have issues with underrepresentation. But I'm telling you, if Benita has her way, that that will be taken care of in short order. And it is really an organization that is growing in multiple ways. So growing in terms of the number of sisters who are just growing anything in the space that they have available, and then growing in terms of growing health, growing abundance, transforming communities one garden space, one micro farm at a time. This is economic development, is health and wellness, is all the things. So check out pharmacists and support them. Diane's Call is actually the charitable arm for the pharmacist. So you could definitely scroll down, find the link, and be a support. The third group I want to amplify with regard to uplifting women and girls is Sister Fund out of Richmond, Virginia. And you might see a theme here, y'all. So we spoke with Jill earlier this year as well, and she is leading the development effort at Sister Fund. Sister Fund shows the strength of collective generosity. This is a giving circle. It supports Black-led organizations through pooled financial resources and a shared commitment to community uplift. Sister Fund is continuing a long tradition, a legacy of Black women philanthropists who have given, they've built, they've inspired, they've supported, no matter what's going on, even when resources are limited. And I would argue, especially when resources are limited, we step up to the plate. And so I want to encourage you, especially if you're in the Central Virginia, Richmond area, take a look at Sister Fund and put them on your Given Tuesday list. So the other segment I want to look at is preserving culture and community. And there are just any number of groups, especially here in the SC Low Country, who are working on preserving culture and community. I want to uplift some of my favorites, old and new. First up, the Gullah Geechee Sea Island Coalition, headed by my Queen Queen Quet, the head upon the body of the Gullah Geechee Nation. Queen Quet has worked tirelessly in support of Gullah Geechee communities and cultures up and down the East Coast, and the Gullah Geechee Sea Island Coalition is a joint effort that is working to protect and preserve and promote Gullah Geechee land, heritage, and identity and self-determination. Through education and advocacy and community action. They are really helping to preserve the traditions that our beloved African ancestors carried through centuries. Supporting them, for me, really means supporting a sacred space here and beyond, and really honoring the voices of our elders and storytellers, but also ensuring that the potential for Afrofuturism for the next generation to co-create their own path, like we're making sure that that path is going to be possible for them through organizations like the Gullah Geechee Sea Island Coalition. So put them on your Given Tuesday list. There is another group, newer, and last week you gotta, if you watch the episode with Kersha's Touch with Kersha at My Daisy's Porch, then you got a little look at the organization that I want to highlight. So My Daisy's Porch is more than one thing. It's a cultural sanctuary, really. It's an open door to storytelling, to memory keeping, to intergenerational connection. This is an example of the family compound, as far as I'm concerned, because in addition to, the market where there's the open air feel, and there's the bakery, and there is the wonderful restaurant, there's also the museum, and they are really amplifying and preserving arts, history, culture, and community care. So take a look at how you can incorporate them on your Giving Tuesday list and really support to make sure that the stories are continuing with authenticity, especially out in the Bluffton area. Again, so many great things going on. Um, and I just wanted to amplify a few of them. The other organization I want to talk about regarding preserving culture and community is a culture keeper dynamic duo that I've been familiar with for some time now, Responsible Artistry. And this is an organization that's helmed by just a wonderful team, a couple, Mahogany Amager and Mr. Bounce Back, Andre Amager. I'm probably not pronouncing their last name correctly because I've been saying it that way for so long. Y'all charge it to my head and not my heart. But they operate Responsible Artistry. And the reason why I say they're culture keepers is because beyond mere performances, and they do have some fantastic music, artistry, but they are empowering youth and adults um, through creativity, through media literacy, through digital storytelling. They're helping to teach our communities how to use art as a tool for truth and healing and activism wherever you are with whatever you have. So I think supporting their work means investing in the next generation of conscious artists and culture keepers. And y'all know the value of music and art in our communities. So I want to encourage y'all to put Responsible Artistry on your Giving Tuesday list. Wrapping up the the what I like to call community profit list here of the DDQ favorite things. I want to look at just two organizations building economic and land-based empowerment. Y'all know I'm a farmer, so I'm not gonna let this list go by without amplifying the South Carolina Black Farmers Coalition Foundation. Now, full disclosure, of course, I am a part of the South Carolina Black Farmers Coalition, and I'm completely biased and happily so for this organization. But their foundation, our foundation, is really critical to helping sustain Black farming traditions in South Carolina. We support farmers through education and advocacy and land retention, as well as economic opportunity. I think when you support organizations like the South Carolina Black Farmers Coalition Foundation, we're supporting food sovereignty, generational wealth, and our ancestral relationship to the land. With this latest episode, the ongoing saga of our interesting government times, I think we saw really clearly just how important it is to have and to know and be connected with small farmers in your community. So I want to encourage you, I want to encourage all of our listeners to support the South Carolina Black Farmers Coalition Foundation and also local farmers wherever you are. And the last one I want to amplify is Kiva. Kiva. Again, all of the links are in the episode notes. Now, Kiva is not a local or even regional entity, but I amplify them because I have personal experience in and working with Kiva for, I guess, the past decade. And this is, it's a little different than just making a donation. Kiva is about expanding economic opportunity through microloans. And these microloans, I'm talking like just something as small as $50 or $100. I make like $20 microloans, but they have such a huge impact. They help entrepreneurs around the world to build small businesses, support their families, and grow their dreams. Like I said, with something just as small as $25, you can spark transformation. You might be surprised just how far a $25 loan can go. And I appreciate the micro loan sort of approach because it's supporting the development of someone's ownership of their ability to grow and expand and not always have to rely on charitable organizations, but that they can build their own self-determination through entrepreneurship. And I will say that in the past several years of making these micro loans, I have not yet had a loan that hasn't been completely repaid according to the terms outlined. And then I just take those, the repayment, and I reinvest it in another entity. And I can pick and choose. I'm very partial. Very partial to women in organ. I'm very partial to women farmers, producers, Black women farmers, producers, African women farmers and producers. And Kiva lets me really target my microloans because those are the populations that go historically underfunded or unfunded, right? They don't get the access to the traditional capital sources, generally speaking. And there are many others as well. But like I said, I focus on a particular group, and I love that I'm able to do that kind of micro loan activity through Kiva. So that is my list. It certainly is not exhaustive at all. It's just an opportunity for our listeners. I want to just encourage you to be thinking about, how you can use this giving season to be intentional, to to link up with some causes that you might not be familiar with, and also like other to think about charities in a different way. This term nonprofit, I certainly understand where the term comes from, y'all. Like that's the formal sort of designation. But I want to encourage us to think about the profit that these organizations bring to our community, and that they are definitely generating profit just because they aren't necessarily focused on a financial bottom line as the outcome. I think we are in a space and time now where we would be wise to reconsider what we think as profit. Like monetary profit is not the only kind of profit that an organization can be working on bringing value to the community. So yeah, that is so I'm celebrating these charitable organizations. I'm celebrating the community profit organizations and the work that they're doing to bring about the kind of reality that I think we all want for ourselves in the next generation. So think about supporting these organizations or others. Please feel free to hit us up on our social media platforms. Let us know who you're supporting in this giving season. Let us know what organizations you're celebrating, what kind of great work they're doing in your neck of the woods. Okay, so that's my favorite things. That's the DDQ favorite things list. I hope that your week is going as well as it possibly can. And I want to thank you for taking the time to tune in to this segment. I hope that the rest of your week is everything that it needs to be. I hope that you are um, really gearing up for a fantastic holiday season, that you're not overwhelming yourself or your schedule, and that you're looking forward to it, really. And until we meet next time, our next segment, you're going to really enjoy it. I sit down with one of my wonderful friends, Danelia Chives of the Ngome Lifestyle Boutique. We chop it up in her space, and also at we're back at my Daisy's porch just for a little on the spot, our pop-up shop episode. So tune in next week, y'all, and we will see you then. Take care.